People all know that Thai witchcraft is quite terrifying. When the evil wizard activates the spell, the ceramic doll soaked in corpse oil pounces on the girl in the nick of time. The wizard sees his beloved magic tool broken. In a fit of anger, the wizard is about to cast a curse on the girl. After the man kicks him several times, the wizard is actually retaliated against. He falls to the ground in pain and howls. Then his internal organs are violently crushed, and he dies on the spot. But the fierceness of this evil witchcraft is far more than that. When meeting with harmful men and women, just use hair and clay figurines to control their actions, then take a piece of iron wire and turn the two into a world-famous painting. What are the more creepy witchcraft? Let's take a look together. This newly released Thai horror movie in 2025, the village market is bustling, and a group of crows suddenly fly in, their dark figures shrouding the sky. The villagers know that crows are an omen of bad luck, so they all hide at home and close the doors and windows. At this time, crows flock to a household and stare at the parturient woman giving birth. The midwife doesn't understand why such a strange thing happens, but luckily the baby is born smoothly. But strangely, the newly born baby actually eats the remaining placenta. The midwife is so frightened that she runs away, but she sees the crows outside falling rapidly. A few years later, the child Brittany, who was born strangely, is already 9 years old, but the villagers regard her as an ominous demon child, thinking that getting close to her will bring disaster. People keep away from her, and Brittany can only curl up in the street every day. One day, an old monk travels here during his pilgrimage. Taking pity on Brittany, he decides to pray for her peace and smooth sailing, but after only a short while, the old monk is knocked to the ground by evil forces, spitting out a large mouthful of black blood. The surrounding villagers believe Brittany is too evil, cursing her mother Lisa for bringing the child out. Lisa blames Brittany for being a bad omen. A few more years pass, and Brittany is almost graduating from high school, but her situation hasn't improved much. Without friends, she often looks downstairs enviously during breaks, wishing to play with everyone. At this point, Jim, the school's basketball team captain, is charming everyone, leaving a group of fans infatuated. A girl decides to approach and offer care, but Anna, the school's queen bee, also likes Jim. Seeing someone eyeing her possession, Anna orders her lackeys to teach the girl a lesson. The lackeys promptly follow orders, successfully embarrassing the girl in front of everyone. But contrary to expectations, Jim actually steps forward to help the girl up. Anna's smile vanishes right away. She thought she had lost. The girl crushes the spider with several kicks. Horribly, more spiders crawl onto her, making her jump in fright. But other classmates can't see the spiders at all, thinking the girl is just acting again. But soon everyone realizes something's wrong. Countless shocking scars appear all over the girl's body. They hurry to take her to the infirmary. Brittany sees the whole scene from upstairs, but her face shows no emotion, as if she has long seen through everything. After school, Brittany avoids the villagers' disgusted glances and delivers homemade desserts to Grandma, who runs a shop. Grandma and her husband are kind-hearted. They treat Brittany like any other child and often pay her extra money. Learning that Brittany wants to be a teacher after graduation, they encourage her, saying hard work will make it possible, and Brittany's pastries are always snapped up as soon as they hit the shelf. After delivering the pastries, Brittany goes to the photo studio and meets Barry, the photographer who sponsors her education. But this time, there's a new face in the studio. The girl greets Brittany right away, introducing herself as Mansa. Her father is the newly transferred sheriff. Coincidentally, she's in Brittany's class, and declares they'll be good friends from now on. Mansa takes the initiative to pull Brittany for a photo. After taking the photo, she asks Brittany to go for a walk, but soon after going out, they see a group of teenagers fighting. One of them is Jack, Brittany's former best friend. Jack freezes at the sight of her, and a thug on the ground slashes his stomach with a knife. Brittany rushes to his rescue in horror, while Mansa shouts, "The police are coming." The thugs are so frightened that they flee in panic. Jack slumps to the ground and lifts his clothes to check, only to find a red mark where the dagger slashed. This is exactly Brittany's magic, but Jack shows no gratitude, harshly ordering her to stay away and shouting murderer at Brittany. It turns out that Jack was Brittany's only playmate in childhood. That day, she went to share food with her friend, only to come across Jack's mother suddenly convulsing all over. The veins on the woman's neck turned pitch black, and she fell to the ground, rolling in pain. Brittany tried to stop the strange black blood from surging up, but it crawled up along her hand. Before Brittany could figure out what was happening, the woman died. Coincidentally, Jack came out and saw his best friend choking his mother's neck. Especially after hearing his father call Brittany the murderer, he believed she killed his mother with witchcraft. Since then, he believed the rumor that she was a demon child, and vowed to be enemies with Brittany for life. Painful memories flood back, and Brittany doesn't hide anything from Mansa. She thought she would lose her only friend again. But surprisingly, Mansa isn't afraid at all and believes Brittany wouldn't harm anyone. In the late night, Lisa fills the room with offerings, gently lifts the gauze curtain covering the statue, and chants spells to the small mummified body inside. Then she downs the wine in the cup, takes out a dagger, and whispers, "Mother will come to accompany you soon." As soon as the words are spoken, the cry of a baby comes from behind the gauze curtain. Lisa prepares to end her life, but luckily, Brittany rushes home in time to stop her. But Lisa shows no appreciation and starts cursing her daughter furiously. Brittany looks at the shriveled body in the cradle, feeling mixed emotions. That night, she dreams of coming to a dilapidated temple, and seeing a man with strange tattoos on his body. Following him deeper inside, she finds a woman with scriptures tattooed all over her back, kneeling in front of the altar. While wondering what they were doing, the woman suddenly turns around. Brittany is so terrified that she almost loses her wits, realizing it's her mother. Even more horrifying, her stomach bulges right away, vaguely taking the shape of a fetus. Brittany is jolted awake from the dream, touching her stomach to find everything normal. The next day, Brittany makes money by delivering goods by boat for others. When she comes ashore, she finds a crowd ahead and approaches to learn that a murder case has occurred. The police search but find no clues. They casually pick up a dead fish tied with runes on the ground, and claim that the victim was cursed. Hearing this, the villagers all believe Brittany must be behind it. Brittany can only lower her head and run away amid a storm of curses. Later, when Mansa learns about this and comforts her, Brittany suddenly remembers that the tattoo on the victim's body is identical to the man's in her dream while they are talking. Upon hearing this, Mansa urgently asks her to draw it and says they should go to the abandoned temple in the dream together. But just as they are about to set off, blood suddenly flows from Brittany's leg. Realizing she has started her period, Mansa can only take her home to rest first. Then, preparing to go out to buy some food, she is hit by a man covering his face with a hat. As soon as she goes out, and the note with the tattoo drawing in her hand falls to the ground, she tries to bend down to pick it up, but the man picks up the note first. But this isn't a good thing, for Mansa catches a glimpse of the tattoo on the man's body. It's exactly the mysterious pattern Brittany is looking for, so she grabs her things and flees in a hurry, trying to walk in an alley to take a detour and shake off the man. He actually follows, muttering strange spells. Then all kinds of strange sounds ring out around. Mansa wants to escape quickly and go home to find Brittany, but an invisible force kicks her stomach. She kneels on the ground in pain, and suddenly spits out a pool of egg liquid with bloodstains. Looking closely, there's actually a half-grown little lizard curled up in the egg liquid. Her legs go limp and she collapses to the ground, then rolls around in pain. At this time, Brittany, who has been waiting for a long time, comes over but sees Mansa's neck covered with horrifying black lines. She hurriedly tries to stop the black lines from spreading, but it's all in vain. Suddenly, dense lizards crawl out of Mansa's 7 orifices, and countless holes appear on her body right away. The terrifying scene frightens Brittany half to death, but she can only watch her friend die miserably. But she still wants to try her best to save her. Soon, the nearby patrolling police come over when they hear the crying. Seeing Brittany choking Mansa's neck, they step forward to pull her away right away, ignoring Brittany's shouting that she's saving people. After that, the forensic doctor conducts an autopsy. The forensic doctor tells the sheriff that Mansa died from excessive blood loss. Her internal organs are torn with countless large gashes from the inside. These injuries are clearly beyond what Brittany could have caused, so the sheriff has no choice but to release her. As soon as Brittany gets home, Lisa insists that her daughter caused Mansa's death. To prevent her from harming others, Lisa locks her up. The next day, Lisa receives a note that reads, "Brittany has her first period. The time is ripe." It's unclear what this means. In the late night, the moon outside is eerily red. Brittany is mourning Mansa in her room. When she hears incantations ringing in her ears, the sound grows more piercing. She begs her mother to let her out in fear, but there's no response. Suddenly, Brittany sits on the ground, in pain, scratching her skin frantically as pieces of flesh fall off. She screams in agony, not understanding why this is happening, and rushes to look in the mirror. She finds that she has already become neither human nor ghost. The next day, Brittany walks through the market with a flower. The villagers stare at her in astonishment. As the camera pans, Brittany seems to have transformed into the school beauty. She walks into the classroom and gently places the flower on Mansa's desk. That night, she sneaks into the funeral and vows to find the real killer no matter what. Having heard about Brittany's beauty the day before, all the schoolboys wait in front of the classroom the next day to catch a glimpse of her. Even Jim, who is usually pursued by girls, takes the initiative to approach Brittany and strike up a conversation. Anna, who is spying from the shadows, grits her teeth in anger at this scene. To find the truth, Brittany asks Jim to go to the abandoned temple late at night. The two row to a deserted island. Looking at the dilapidated temple ahead, Jim says that the monks who used to live here all died mysteriously, and the place is full of evil. After they walk in, several people suddenly rush out from the corner. They turn out to be all their classmates. Anna, who is leading them, proudly says to Jim, "Well done." It turns out that to destroy Brittany, who has stolen her limelight. Anna approached Jim in private and promised him some benefits. Then Anna orders others to pin Brittany to the ground, and tells all the boys to act right away. In the nick of time, Jack rushes out and angrily knocks everyone to the ground. Then he seizes the opportunity, grabs Brittany, and runs. Only after getting on the boat does Brittany learn that Jack accidentally overheard Anna's evil plan, and couldn't bear to see it happen, so he came to save her. Brittany wants to thank Jack, but he's still resentful and walks away without looking back, watching her former best friend. Like this, Brittany feels sad and wronged, but she has an important mission. She must avenge Mansa. Thinking that her own cowardice failed to protect Mansa, the next day, Brittany grabs scissors and rushes at the classmate who attacked her last night, cutting his arm. Hearing the scream, Anna hugs her from behind. Surprisingly, Brittany breaks free quickly and uses Anna to threaten others not to approach. Thinking Anna was dead, Brittany is awakened by the sound of chanting at the last second, and retracts her strength, only making a shallow scar on Anna's face. She knows it's the old monk in the village who did this. At night, Brittany runs to the temple to confess to the old monk, saying she seems to be blinded by hatred. The old monk doesn't comment, only saying his foot hurts badly, and asking Brittany to take a look. Brittany hurries to wash his feet, saying the curse this time is very vicious, then frantically absorbs the strange power. With Brittany's help, the old monk's toes start to bleed. Brittany reaches out and pulls, actually taking out a sticky strange worm from his foot, but neither of them notices that Jack, hiding in the dark, sees the whole scene. Anna resents that Brittany almost killed her, so she finds a wizard wanting to send her to hell. From this, it's estimated that the girl who liked Jim before was tricked by this evil wizard, and this person is really capable. After muttering and fiddling for a long time, something really happens to Brittany. She goes home and closes the door, but the door is suddenly knocked open by a strange force, and a creepy ghost shadow floats past behind her right away. Before Brittany can figure out what's happening, a ceramic doll holding a machete rushes towards her. Brittany is very scared, runs into the forest and hides behind a big tree, thinking the ceramic doll will leave if it can't find her. The ceramic doll knocks Brittany down and attacks furiously, but doesn't see her grab the machete from the ground, catching it off guard. But the ceramic doll feels no pain, seizing the opportunity to snatch the machete back. Just as Brittany is about to meet her end, Barry suddenly rushes in and smashes the ceramic doll. As the ceramic doll falls, the ceramic figurine with the wizard also shatters. The wizard flies into a rage and tries to curse Brittany. Brittany convulses all over right away. Screaming in pain, Barry acts quickly and stomps hard, but unexpectedly, the damage is transferred to the wizard. The wizard's ribs break and pierce his heart and lungs, and he dies within seconds. Once the danger passes, Barry grabs Lisa as she steps out, curses her for failing to watch the child, and brutally beats her with a stick. Brittany rushes to protect her mother, only to hear a bombshell. Lisa was just a tool to bear a child, and now her task is done. Barry tosses 2 bundles of money. Telling Lisa to leave, she compliantly picks up the money, and goes into the house without looking back. Brittany realizes she might have to take over her mother's role, but resists, only to be grabbed by Barry, who says he's waited 18 years for her to grow up. Just then, Brittany spots Barry's tattoo and realizes he killed Mansa, but with a wide gap in strength between them, Brittany can't resist. Thankfully, Lisa stabs Barry in the back with a dagger, and rows away with Brittany. Wounded Barry summons a flock of crows to pursue them. The crows chase them into thick fog but lose their target. When the boat finally docks, Lisa is dying. Brittany begs the woman who summoned the fog for help, but it's too late. The next day, the sheriff and his team follow clues to the old monk, and Jack learns the truth. His mother applied poisonous corpse oil. Brittany tried to save her with her powers, but was stopped by Jack's father, who had obtained the corpse oil. Seeing his wife die, he blamed Brittany. The sheriff asks about the mummified body Lisa worshipped. The old monk says black wizards store power in a woman's womb to let children inherit evil magic. The mummy is likely Brittany's younger brother. Meanwhile, the woman who saved Brittany reveals she's Lisa's sister, Brittany's aunt. She shows a letter, revealing Lisa was once a student in Bangkok. She secretly ran away because she dreamed of being a singer, only to be controlled by the Rattan organization founded by Barry, to bear children. They wanted a baby boy, but the gifted Brittany unexpectedly absorbed her baby brother. Barry then decided to raise Brittany until adulthood, to make her bear children for them. In fact, Lisa had tried to drive her daughter away, which is why she either beat or scolded Brittany, but Brittany refused to leave no matter what, so Lisa could only seize the opportunity to send a letter to her sister, asking her to take Brittany away. Just then, Brittany suddenly falls to the ground, wailing in pain. The aunt knows that the Rattan organization is going to withdraw the witchcraft power, so she has to unleash Brittany's full power. Brittany, who has escaped danger, wants to take revenge, so she makes many witchcraft props. Just after Jim and Anna finish being lovey-dovey, they start talking about Brittany killing the wizard in self-defense. Jim is afraid that she will come for revenge, but Anna takes out the black dog blood hidden under the bed, and says there's nothing to be afraid of. She sends Jim away, completely unaware that someone has taken her hair. When Anna returns to her room, she finds Brittany in her house. She just wants to touch the black dog blood. Then Brittany steps forward and blows some powder on Anna, and releases the control over her. Just when Anna thinks she is saved, the wizard who was trampled to death by Barry suddenly appears, and tears off her scalp. At this time, Jim finds Barry, and is willing to pay a lot of money to buy a talisman, but strange sounds suddenly ring out around. Barry looks around and only finds a voodoo doll. He goes upstairs angrily to find the person behind the scenes. The two sides quickly start fighting. Barry disables Brittany's feet with witchcraft, but he doesn't know that Brittany has already prepared. She first finds an opportunity to nail his feet, then pours black dog blood to make him unable to use his magic, and finally kills Barry by smashing him. Jim turns around and sees Anna with her scalp flayed, then stumbles backward in horror, right into Brittany, who's come for revenge. Soon both are tied in front of a camera. Jim begs for mercy, shifting all blame to Anna, but Brittany sees through his lies. She breaks his toes and sews him to Anna with wire. Later, school leaders and security patrol at night and smell blood in a classroom. Inside, they find the bullies dead. Terrified, they call the police. The sheriff, seeing the carnage, knows he must stop Brittany before she goes further. But Brittany is determined to avenge Mansa and her mother, targeting the Rattan organization. During a gathering, Brittany sneaks Barry's meat into the food. Believers realize something's wrong mid-meal, but turn deranged before they can vomit. Chaos erupts. The sheriff arrives with officers, and Jack helps rescue people, only to see Brittany emerge from the crowd, chanting spells. Jack begs her not to harm the innocent, but she's consumed by vengeance. As Brittany continues her rampage, Barry's son, Matty, curses Jack and uses his life to force Brittany to the altar. Matty is revealed as Brittany's biological father. Jack's stomach swells like a balloon, and the old monk and aunt save him. He vomits up the cursed substance and survives. Brittany rages at Matty's insanity, but he shrugs it off, claiming his child will inherit great power to rule the organization. He reveals scripture-covered skin, dons a golden Buddha head, and prepares for ritual. The sheriff arrives with gunfire, triggering a clash between believers and police. Matty summons crows to attack, and presses a Buddha hand onto Brittany's head, planning to transfer power to her womb. Unexpectedly, Matty has also developed an invulnerable body. He angrily knocks Jack to the ground and picks up a weapon, ready to kill him. Luckily, the old monk and aunt cast a spell from a distance, to set Matty on fire, and Jack takes the opportunity to help Brittany break free. Unexpectedly, Matty quickly returns to normal and uses Jack as a hostage again. Jack yells, "Pierce them with a bamboo pole." Although she doesn't know why, Brittany does as told and directly pierces the two. with a bamboo pole like a sugar-coated hawse on a stick. Because the old monk had tampered with Jack's blood, Maddie's invulnerability was broken. He could only lie on the ground and utter harsh words, shouting, "Even if he dies, his power will never disappear." Brittany steps forward, takes out his heart, bites it to pieces mouthful by mouthful and swallows it, sealing all the power in her body. She faints after eating. Later, the police find out the whole story of the case, and the cult den is destroyed. Jack's internal organs aren't injured, so he recovers after a few days in the hospital, but Brittany is in a coma for a long time, and actually loses her memory when she wakes up. The film ends here. The movie actually has many highlights. The bloody scenes are really intense, especially the picture of the wizard's internal organs exposed. The director controls the heavy taste scenes very well, and the visual impact is particularly strong. Southeast Asian witchcraft elements are also used well. Curses and hexes are presented through strange pictures, and the whole process is full of mystery. The actress's acting is online. The transformation from a weak girl to a blackened Avenger is quite in place, and the fierceness in her eyes is impressive. But there are also many problems in the plot, and many places are inexplicable. For example, the villagers know that the heroine isn't normal. Even if they aren't in awe and hide, they still provoke and abuse her for no reason. Aren't they afraid of revenge? And the heroine has many confusing behaviors. It's confusing that she has to take Jim to the abandoned temple to find clues. It's safer to go by herself. Why take a person she doesn't trust? It feels like it's deliberately to highlight the badness of her classmates. If you like my channel, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.